Go, 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 go.
At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. Cars. At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. Cars. Cars. At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases.
There was a theme
diseases. Cars. At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. Cars. Diseases. Cars. Cars. I think you can even spread immunity through cars. 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 I mean, if you can pass something negative, you must be able to pass something positive too.
That's right.
Hugs. That's what we're about here at the Mex Brain Podcast.
Hugs. It's not called that anymore.
What's it called now?
Didn't you get the memo?
No.
Jesus. Spreading positivity through hugs and positivity and shit. That's what the show's about.
The Hugs
The
and
live-
Positivity Podcast.
Yep. That's-
Oh,
Come
so-
on, bring the energy. You do the intro every week. Follow us on. Yeah, welcome to the
Hugs and Positivity Podcast, where all we do is make sure that you know that you're loved and cared for.
Yeah, and you can follow us on
Patreon.com/Content Kings and YouTube and Twitch, I believe, under the same name.
No,
No,
it's a complete mess. But Devan's going to fix it
I'm gonna fix it.
because
So I'm just a fixer now.
Devan's not a low energy troll like others.
No. I have grander
Where-
schemes.
We got to start eliminating the LETs.
Yes. Like Colin.
Don't even name people. Who's that? If you name people, you got to explain who they are.
Oh, well, you know.
This is a new thing entirely.
Oh, this is a brand new show. Okay, episode 1. Welcome to the Hugs and Positivity Podcast, where we don't talk about things like that. This show is all about being better, being a better person, weeding out those low energy trolls in your life who are just trying to get under your skin and make you feel bad. No, this is to make you feel good.
That's right. How long do you think you can do this for, Devan?
You'd be surprised. I'm a very caring person, Dave. I'm actually really nice.
There's been some things.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some things that have happened recently.
Mhm.
I think it's safe to say that it's time to change course.
Mm-hmm.
And the days of trolling. I mean, but basically, I don't want to murder my girlfriend. Is what I'm saying, or wife,
Mm-hmm.
or any of, or and I don't want anyone to find any of the bodies buried, or any of the skeletons in my closet. And I think if I try and pretend to be positive, then people might believe it.
Well, you know, to be conscientious,
That's
Dave,
the angle I'm going for.
Since you're coughing and stuff, maybe you should put a mask on, bud.
And well, let's get to you. How are you going to be positive about being negative about the vaccination problem? Your little triggering issue.
I don't think that's a triggering issue for me. I myself,
Whenever it's brought up, your face starts to get like a Bell's palsy or the stroke or something.
Well, as you know, Dave, I do have Asperger's.
Yes, an oppositional defiance disorder.
That as well. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to be a better person.
Yes. So what's the compromise?
My compromise is I will no longer argue about people getting vaccines. If you want to get the vaccine, please do. If you want to protect yourself, do it.
Herd immunity. What's the compromise there? That's the thing. That's the rub for me. I don't know.
I
what the
already
compromise is.
already had it. So I don't need the vaccine. I already suffered enough for everyone else.
You weren't tested. You believe that you had it.
I was tested, Dave.
No.
Yes.
But you're also a liar. Wait, I'm being negative. But I know, but I'm also being factual. So this is the rub for me. How do I be positively factual?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The show has already started. This is the show. This is the Hugs and Positivity podcast, which is all that we're about.
I'm not Dave. I'm Dr. Grouchy. Which is a negative name. I really got to change my name. Dr. Sunshine.
The biggest change that anyone could make is just by cutting out all those toxic and low energy trolls that you have in your life. Just get them out of there. You don't need them. Who needs them?
Who is the lowest? Oh no, we already said who the lowest energy troll was, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
I guess it's kind of a skill, like the least energy for the maximum trolling.
True.
But when it's like, but anyone can just go pee pee poo poo, and in the comments. Yeah, and it can be effective if you do it over and over again.
True.
Anyone can just say true, 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 and add nothing to a show.
Okay, now
we're doing a bit, and you keep saying true until I get okay. All right, you're still learning.
sorry. I need to switch up my words. I guess that is one of my things.
How do I positively encourage you, Devan? The ornaments beside you, is that decoration or rubbish or both?
It's a mix of both right now.
Right.
I've just was in a bit of a spot for a second. I was a little bit stressed out,
Okay.
The fuck is this?
So, I mean, what I would do is you look at what is visible by the web with the webcam,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put rubbish out of that view. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's decoration. Because for a fact, I mean, in our old days when we were negative trolls, we would look at cam girls and make fun of the things that they did. Like they would have like old noodle cups at the head of on the like poster. What are they called? Poster boards? No.
Headboards.
Headboards of their bed. It's like, how many weeks have they been there? Okay, so what's supposed to be there?
Oh, that bag doesn't want to stay there. This is great show content.
This is compelling show content. Now, the next question is, does this show positively need a third microphone?
We need a good.
Oh,
We need a good third
here
microphone.
now I've got to do a John Domingo. Here come the trolls. John Domingo is the yin to my yang in the broadcasting world.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I do well, he does badly. Something like that, right? Devan, talk.
I was swallowing.
Well, are you
not
swallowing?
you're not being very positive, Dave.
Devan, could you please talk at least 50% of the time to fulfill your obligation?
I mean, absolutely.
That would make me would fill me with oh so much joy.
So when you're talking about him doing worse than what you do, I hope you're not talking about Boomer Bunker, because I think that's a great show.
I think that Boomer Bunker is pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're doing pretty all right.
It's difficult to do a daily show, and I hope that they continue to do it. It gives me something to do at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it gives me something to let off some steam on for two very toxic people. That, they just get what's coming for them. You get what you deserve.
Wow. Because we decided, that's right. We decided, yeah. I remember. We decided that we'll get to the Anthony Cumia update. We decided that the previous shows, in previous shows, John was the more defensive, but for some reason in this show, Bob's the more defensive. So I'm not quite sure how to frame that positively.
Yeah, it's odd because Bob used to be this very you could say whatever you want to me and it's not going to bother me. But now when he's telling a rather dreadful story and somebody just happens to say fascinating,
the stories the stories are fine. They're just
too long. You need to compress. Word economy, they might say.
Yes. Word economy is not a problem with you, Devan. You're the other way around. You could add some words.
Oh, I know.
I'm saying that constructively.
I understand. I'm not taking it negatively.
Now, how are you going with show preparation for all the shows that you work on?
Well, for this show, I will say that I have been lacking. I have brought nothing to the table.
How about an Anthony Cumia update?
Okay, so what's a good old Anthony Cumia up to?
Has he been banned from Twitter again? I think Compound his Twitter his Compound boss was banned, but he's back with another Twitter username. What's the premise of this show? This show is about positivity and encouraging everyone to get vaccinated until we reach herd immunity. So we can all be cow, sheep, man, bear, cow, sheep.
What I'm saying is, if you feel like you need the vaccine, get the vaccine.
Yes, and as long as is it up to 95% need it now to get herd immunity?
I think so. The number changes every day.
Because we don't know yet. So what do you know about the immune system? It's also an educational show.
What do I know about the immune system? I know that usually when you get sick from
'Cause I've forgotten a
something,
lot.
the body itself, I don't know how cells work, so I'm not going to go into that because I have no science background whatsoever.
Mhm.
But usually, I think when you get sick from something, albeit the cold, flu, whatever, unless it's something serious, your body usually builds up a general immunity to it.
Okay. How?
I think, well, white blood cells kill things. I know that.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea how the body works.
Oh, okay. So
T cells do something.
isn't T cells about HIV, but
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That's what I remember from school, man.
all right. Now we're getting somewhere. What's DNA?
Well, I mean, that's what the body is written off of, is it not? Like it
Like paper?
holds like DNA is passed on, correct?
No, DNA is recycled when you drink it, like Christianity. Or, I mean, to translate for John Domingo, that's Chris Tran. That's what he calls him.
That is so negative.
I've just got to translate things.
Oh, I understand, but
Hey, new topics? Like what? I'll find you some new topics then.
I don't think he likes the positivity.
Oh, he wants negativity.
Yes.
Oh. No, I'm waiting for Devan to positively bring something to the table.
Positively bring something to the table. Okay, let's see.
We'll wait. Come on. You can do it.
I'm trying to find something. Everything.
Yep.
Australia has been one of the great leaders of this pandemic. They've had some of the lowest infection rates, Dave?
Sure. We're awesome. But where's my vaccine? I want the Pfizer. Where's my Pfizer? Give me my Pfizer.
I thought you were already fully vaxxed.
No.
I mean, they need to come door to door and just jab you.
Yes.
Be like, here you go, buddy.
Yes. Here's the Anthony Cumia update. Natalie Portman and her family leave Sydney to jet back to the USA. This is a reference to an old joke where I turned the Anthony Cumia update into the Natalie Portman update. What do you think about Natalie Portman, Devan?
I mean, she's pretty hot. She's a very attractive lady.
All right. Natalie Portman and her family pack up and leave Sydney as they return to the USA weeks after she dropped out of her new film for personal reasons.
Maybe she just needed a mental health week.
Yeah. So it looks like she was going to be the lead in some movie that no one would give a shit about. But don't worry about that. Some movie that I'm sure they were very excited about. and she just pulled out and left them completely in the lurch. So, yeah. What should they do? If you lost
Just let
Natalie
her have
Portman,
her time.
yeah, right. But she's leaving back to US. What are they going to do?
Probably not let her back in because, Australia is very protective of its borders, especially when it comes to this virus, which
I'm
is
not
why
sure
Australia
we let
has
her in
done
the first place.
exceptionally well.
Yeah, I mean, my state, we've had seven deaths, I think. So people wonder why we wear masks and have lockdowns and stuff when
It's actually really wonderful too because I recently got in the group text of my job that we are now required to wear masks again, vaccinated or not. And I think that's wonderful.
Of course you do.
Everyone needs to be safe.
Yes, they do. Speaking of the bastion of safety, the main man himself. Do you know who we're going to talk about next?
Biden?
Yes. Yeah.
Of course. Always defying expectations, not knowing what door to walk into. He is the main man.
This is an opinion piece. Biden defies expectations again. So then there's lots of words. Basically, he's awesome. So this is in line with the positivity. So let's go around. Let's all go around the room, and say everything we love about the de facto leader of the world. He still is. I mean, it's not the leader of China quite yet.
Joe Biden treats women and children very well.
He's got a lot of experience.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's safe to say.
Imagine spending 8 years at the White House beforehand. And then, jokingly going to the wrong door. To just be like, haha, right tards. I know what door I'm going to. This is a troll.
No, it should be Joe Biden, shouldn't it? The mainstream media have consistently underestimated President Biden and falsely predicted the failure of his agenda. Hasn't he just started? But anyway, I mean, he's doing a great job. Keep it up.
I mean, yeah, one of the great parts of this infrastructure bill that he's putting through is every mile that you drive, you will be taxed, which you deserve because you're contributing to global warming.
Oh, yeah, we need to get to that next, actually. That's good. You're getting into the swing of things now. That's good. Yeah, because I've heard some negativity around this $1.2 trillion dollar infrastructure bill. But it's got bipartisan support. So, I mean, it must be good overall. Right? I know nothing about it. It's long. It's like thousands of pages or something.
My biggest thing is I just wish that they would help the people out a little bit more.
Yes.
because, yeah, you know, a lot of people are back to work. And if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong, didn't
wait,
the go ahead.
here's some bullet points about how awesome Biden is. But yeah. Sorry, continue.
But who was it? Was it the WHO that, or one of those groups that actually just said that the eviction thingamajigger is back into place?
I don't know what thingamajigger is. I don't know what you're saying.
I apologize. So when the pandemic first happened,
Yes.
they released this thing where people couldn't be evicted because of the pandemic, because people weren't working.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Immunity
was,
against eviction.
yeah,
Or,
and it was
whatever.
set to run out, I think,
Right.
on the 10th or 11th. And
Mhm.
I think it actually got renewed.
Right.
So people cannot get evicted again. Thank goodness. Because not everyone's working, not everyone is receiving their unemployment anymore. People don't have money. We can't just have a bunch of homeless people running around. That's bad.
And
We don't have enough mental health checks.
Somehow the world is going to be able to afford all this. Ooh.
Money isn't real, Dave.
The power of hugs and positive thinking. We'll be
Exactly.
able to make it happen. Right. But let's go through everything. we admittedly struggled. I mean, I think I've just been brainwashed by some of the negative people about Biden. So let's try and turn that around. Biden truly believes in bipartisanship, but many in the media think he cannot possibly believe bipartisanship can work. Yeah, take that. Biden refuses to take the bait on MAGA cultural memes.
Please don't make me.
Okay.
This isn't helping.
Or get sidetracked by pseudo crises. Biden does not overreact to every hiccup in negotiations. Biden thinks he can achieve bipartisan deals and rely solely on Democrats' votes for items Republicans emphatically oppose. Biden thinks in terms of weeks or months for major legislative efforts. Biden is immersed in the details of his legislative agenda. So what's the problem? Biden, win.
I think people are very critical of our president, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
They say he's mentally deficient. They say he doesn't know what he's talking about, that he's all quoted in by earpiece or by teleprompter. Joe Biden knows what he's doing.
Yes, sleepy, Joe. But I mean, it's worth it's worth seeing what's going to happen. Give him 2 terms. Give the man 2 terms, at which point he'll be what, 89, 90? How old will he be at that point?
See, this is exactly why I think they shouldn't just elect Kamala Harris. Just move Kamala Harris in. It's a strong black woman.
Yeah, now, in your past more negative days, you emphasized perhaps that maybe she's not as black as she says she is, but I don't see color, which that's bad according to some people. But really, it's good because I believe in
Always
the
good.
spirit of the people and their souls. Because I, in former life, was an Eskimo.
Really?
Yep. Eating whale blubber.
I've heard it's a delicacy.
And now, as I eat more, I'm starting to, look that way. But you mentioned the environment.
Yes. The environment is being destroyed.
And we're going to turn that around. We know how to do it. Another opinion piece.
Oh, this isn't about global climate. This is about moral climate.
Well, it starts from within, doesn't it?
Hmm.
The facts of the climate emergency are widely known. The rise in global temperatures accelerating at an alarming rate is already having a profound effects around the world in acute weather events, vulnerability of food supplies, and rising sea levels. We face a prospect of a sequence of progressively extreme consequences. These begin with the increasing prevalence of intense and violent conflict, provoked as access to energy and safe places to live reduce with, wait, what the fuck word is that?
Electricity. I don't even know what that word is. And I know words.
Alacrity? I know words.
I think you pronounced that correctly, Dave. Good job.
Alacrity. Brisk and cheerful readiness. So they misused that. Okay, cool. We learn a new word. They move on to parts of the world becoming uninhabitable, species being decimated, and rates of migration expanding. Wait, this isn't positive. What the hell? But you can do something, just, clean your rubbish or something, and it'll be fine. What the hell? Where are the pictures? I want to see pictures. Where are the pictures of all these species being destroyed and the fires and the destruction?
I have some positivity for you, Dave.
That's what I like in these articles.
I have some positivity for you.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So I'm just looking at this thing on Facebook. And according to this website called The Daily Caller, proving you can read, write, do math is no longer a requirement to graduate high school in Oregon. How cool is that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yes. Okay, positively frame that one.
Well, to do things with your hands, to help people, you don't need to read or write or do math. You can just do your best.
Yes, your best is good enough.
Every day, do your best. This is getting really difficult.
It is. Those are the 5 concentric circles of climate action: humility, solidarity, example, accountability, and hope. We can see them as the shape of Jesus's life.
Okay. Well, I mean, people are...
In Bethlehem, he humbled himself to be born as one of us. In Nazareth, he lived in solidarity with us for 30 years. In Galilee, he set us an example of courage and sacrifice. On Calvary, he faced the accountability of the distance between us and God. And at Easter, he gave us chocolate eggs or some bullshit. All of which shows that following Jesus, responding to the climate emergency, and renewing our faith aren't rival projects. They may turn out to be the same goddamn titty fucking Jesus Christ thing. I'm sorry, I meant Jesus titty fucking Christ ding. No. Need to get my words right. Jibs. Do you mean jibes? How do you spell jibes? No.
Colin, that's not very positive.
Jobs, jibs. Jeez, that is positive.
If you're going to be in our chat,
Jesus
Colin, you need to be a little
defeats
bit more
Lucifer.
positive.
So now, because it's a positivity show, we'll like to thank our patrons.
Every day, I thank you guys.
Yeah. John the Baptist. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Fill in while I look for something, Devan. I'll find another article for you.
So every day, I want each of you to go and say thank you to your friends, because they're always there for you. Bring positivity to this world that is filled with so much negativity, especially from the far right, that seek to destroy our way of living, of inclusion. This is inclusive.
Yeah. Censuses. Devan, talk. No dead air. What the fuck? I mean, Devan, please. Would you kindly fill the dead air?
I apologize, David. Anywho,
Devan, would you?
Each of you in this chat right now, reach out to your friends and say thank you. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being there. Because there's not enough positivity in this world. There isn't.
All illnesses with hugs.
All hugs. All the way around. Hugs cure all illnesses. Jerry Banfield said it himself.
That's what Jerry Banfield believes.
No, he doesn't just believe that. That's the truth.
That's the truth. Yeah, so this article is a positive way to say that ethnic people are too stupid to fill in the census form correctly.
Dave, I don't think that's a positive way to frame
It's
that.
not a positive way. Let me reframe that. So, no, it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. So some of them are complaining that of the millions of different ethnicities around the world, the Australian census doesn't have every single one listed. So the world famous Kachin people of somewhere in Myanmar, I think, they weren't listed in the census. So they've just been categorized as mainland Southeast Asian. So this person who has fled persecution, like actual persecution, is now complaining about classification in a census.
Everyone needs to be included, David. Everyone.
Yes, that's true.
Black, white, purple, or blue. Now, Colin, that's not a very positive comment.
Colin found a way to use the word.
Everyone is entitled to their own beliefs.
So that was the Kachin person. Look at that. Look like a colourful people.
Beautiful.
Nothing to make fun of there at all, is there?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What a wonderful ceremony.
And then we get to Islanders. And they apparently have trouble filling in the form. Partly because, so one of the theories that they want to please the government and fill it in the way they think the government wants them to fill it in, rather than just fill it in properly. And it's like, with all due respect, just how do you positively tell people, just fill in the form, please, accurately? Could you please?
Why don't they just walk them through it?
Would you kindly
bring a translator and just walk them through it?
And then there's the more than 2 ancestry answers. So in our census, I was only allowed to put 2 ancestries. So I'm English, Scottish, and German. So I've got to erase one of my ethnicities. Can you guess which one I erased?
No, what is it?
Out of English, Scottish, and German, which one did I arbitrarily pick?
German?
Yes.
And Scottish.
No, I said I'm English and Scottish.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe last time I erased Scottish and said I was English and German. I mean, because, you know. So this is an article that was, written by, I think it's by our glorious ABC, because you've heard me frame that positively many times. The taxpayer funded ABC, pointing out the flaws in the taxpayer funded census. You expressed some concerns about the census, like what's a census?
I think you are talking about past me.
Oh, okay.
No, I believe everyone needs to fill out the census.
So the government knows exactly who you are.
Yes.
One of the questions in our census is, after 99 years, can the information you filled in be made public? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is what would your answer be?
Should it be made public?
Yeah, after 99 years.
I mean, most of those people are dead.
Well, exactly.
So I don't see what the problem is.
Okay. That's cool.
No one should have private lives anymore anyways.
What do you think about compulsory voting? How do you frame it positively that in my country we have compulsory voting and in your country you don't? And both ways are awesome.
Compulsory voting is in which if you don't vote, you receive a fine, correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
So I don't understand why people don't vote.
Just go and vote. You are aware that you can donkey vote.
Absolutely. Even if you're just throwing it away.
Yes. So you can get the ballot paper and you can write, Devan is my favorite person in the world. He lights me up and his healing hugs fill me with T cells and white blood count DNA. And yep, put that in the box, and I don't get a fine.
No, and it's done. You don't have to worry
it's
about a
done.
fine.
Yeah. And you can postal vote as well. There's no problems with that.
I'm sorry?
You can postal vote in my country.
No, absolutely not. What if people can't make it to the ballot box? They
That's
should be
right.
allowed to vote from home.
Yes, that's right.
They should just have it as a
Yeah.
Twitter poll.
So, supposedly in my country, voter fraud's low. Voter fraud is low.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have compulsory voting, they know everyone's got to vote. So you can't rig the vote. You can only rig the vote by so much. Like you can't add 1 million dead people to the total number. Like perhaps you may be able to do when there's non-compulsory voting.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest problems in this country is voter ID. I think that's wrong.
Right? How do you frame both sides of that argument positively?
What if a person is living in this country and they aren't legal yet? They have the right to vote. They're in this country. So voter ID is wrong. I don't see why you're laughing, Dave. This is not a laughing matter.
I'm not American, sir.
Everyone who lives here has a right to vote.
Okay.
Legal or not. Do you live here?
So when we go to vote, the normal way, not the postal way, the normal way, you go to a voting booth thing that's usually in a school or a church, and you get your name ticked off. But you don't have to show ID. And that's it. But
see, in the last,
you guys don't get your names ticked off.
I'm not sure how the process actually works. When I went to go vote, I went to go vote, in real life, filled out the whole thing in my box set. That way nobody could see my choices, because that would just be rude.
Everybody knows who you voted for. But yeah, okay, cool.
What do you mean everyone knows who I voted for? I voted for Joe Biden.
Yes.
Anyways, they took my ID. They put everything down. So I don't know about the whole name ticking off thing.
So they did take your ID.
Yes.
It's different in different states.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this is a Texas thing, the voter ID. I don't get it, man.
It's hard to keep track of all these things.
It really is. So we're going to take a few calls for the last 10 minutes.
I think that'd be great.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be wonderful? As always, Devan gives out his phone number, and people call him, and it's wonderful.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'd give out my phone number, but you got to call internationally, and no one wants to do that.
So yes, if you would like to call right now, my phone number is 734-450-9396.
Call now. Here's your opportunity to talk to the two most positive people on the internet. We'll frame all your problems positively. And while we wait for all the calls to come in, I thought there was another article that I saw. There's a lot of COVID stuff. There really is. I feel like in the last month or so, it's got even worse.
I think so too.
The news exclusively being about that. It's crazy. Okay, no, I found a positive story. It's all right. Here we go. Map shows Jeffrey Epstein's travels as he trafficked women across the world. Hey, at least it's something different.
Oh boy.
There's a photo with him and Prince Andrew. Epstein would fly between his homes in New York, Palm Beach, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Santa Fe aboard his private jet, which would later become known as the Lolita Express. So framing this one positively is tough, to be sure.
Well, maybe he was just trying to show these girls a different life.
Yeah. They were older than a certain age, to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the important thing is the map. That's what we want to know. So he was busy. Whereas, here's a question. Here's a question. So he did all this stuff. To our knowledge, Epstein never killed anybody.
True.
Whereas we know someone in our extended circles who possibly never left his basement in Michigan, but did kill somebody.
What a sad thing.
Which is worse? If you could erase one of the two, Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, okay.
Because
I guess the thing would be you would have to go by and Jeffrey Epstein, even though he didn't kill anyone, there were still multiple victims.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in this case that we have in Michigan, it's just one.
Did Jeffrey Epstein bring any joy to the world, or just mostly to himself and his rich cronies? Did he bring joy to the common man and woman?
I don't believe so.
And everything else?
No.
Probably not, right? Whereas I'm not going to say our friend because I never really interacted with him, but our what would you call him? Associate?
I don't even know about associate.
fellow super fan of
WATP?
of podcast of who are these podcasts?
Yeah, he did bring joy.
He did bring joy.
Capturing all the precious moments of the absolutely beautiful Patrick Michael.
Yeah.
I believe he did a lot of he captured a lot of Stuttering John's most beautiful moments too.
He was very good at pulling clips. I mean, everyone's not all bad or all good, I suppose. So, I mean, you're. I mean, I hate to use racial stereotypes, but our other Mexican friend claims that he has family members that are like cartel linked and shit. So if you say stuff like that, that means you don't. That means you know people who do stuff way worse than anything that our fellow superfan did.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't know even know what my point was, other than it's fucking wild. I was having two thoughts, and neither of them came out. So what's your... I mean, how do I ask it positively? There's no way. What's the worst person that you do you know any people worse than said superfan? I don't need details.
I used to.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
In my past days, when I wasn't this positive person, I knew a lot of people like that.
So yesterday.
But no, I don't. The only people I keep around in my life now are non-toxic, recyclable plastics.
So I think I'd like to play, to end this, a little bit of Patrick Michael's rant that was inspired by said superfan.
Okay.
To positively pay tribute to, I was going to say fallen hero, but I think that's probably going too far. But I mean, in terms of trolling, do you think there's any correlation between someone trolling that hard and being slightly off in the mind? So,
See,
someone that
I never really delved that deep. The only thing I ever heard about Podcast Hitman was whenever it was brought up on WATP.
Yeah.
Which is not a very positive show. It's very negative.
Well, I mean, and that's another question, isn't it? Is just focusing on negativity, is it bound to bubble up into something extremely negative?
I believe it can, ramp up to that. That's why we need to be better to people.
That's why we need to be better. Making, like, the people that find negative style jokes funny, I think two types of people. They're the damaged people that have had bad stuff happen to them, which is most of them, right? for the vast majority. But then there's the small
Absolutely.
minority, the small minority, which is the bad people that like to do the bad things that find it hilarious. Right?
I don't know why people like to treat each other this way. Play the fucking clip. Play the fucking clip.
I'm finding it. Come on. If we can't fill for time, we're
Look
we're
at people
not
like
professional podcasters.
Look at people like Boomer Bob, who constantly loves to tear people down. And anytime that you like to say anything positive or anything negative about him,
He does have a habit of that. Yes.
anytime that you say anything about him,
Yes.
he just takes it at surface level, even though you're trying to be sincere. Bob, you need help. Reach out to me. Reach out to Dave. Get a marriage counselor. Find
Ooh.
something, buddy.
Check out
Because
Boomer Bob Show and Boomer Bunker Show.
taking it out on us does not help.
I don't know if I've queued up the right place, but it's close enough.
Yeah. So they know me by that name. Okay. So this is just breaking shit down. Chances are this is somebody that I've done a podcast with before for that fucking bullshit Drama City Productions. That's probably what it is. It's one of these fucking douchebags who looks like a turtle talking shit. But I'm telling you too, right now, homie, you can come see me.
No, that turtle is Ben from Small Town Mentality.
I'm not afraid, not knowing. I collect.
Where is it?
Fuck this, dude.
Oh,
I have no problem putting another one on the shelf, man. I promise.
no,
I collect heads. No, me.
This
You don't
This
know.
is when I start to think, did Patrick Michael have something to do with it? Did Patrick Michael somehow frame said superfan? Because is Patrick Michael like, I don't know.
Me. Okay? I collect heads, all right? And I have no problem putting another one on the shelf, man. I promise you. Fuck this, dude.
I collect
I'm sorry
heads.
for ruining the show, bro, but that's fucked up. That's some dark shit for me.
You can say whatever you want to say, but I told you when we first started asking, I said you can answer these questions however you want to answer them. You want to tell somebody fuck off? Tell them fuck off.
It's annoying because that's the shit you focus on. You focus on the most negative thing.
No.
Instead of the fact that the one guys who kind of started this shit asked real questions.
Yeah.
Patrick Michael, you got to focus on positivity. Forget about all the negativity.
You just have to be better.
Somehow that your biggest troll has gone away for a long time. So he was convinced that Patrick Michael was a terrible parent, which I don't know how much actual evidence there was for that. I mean, great narrative for a show that exaggerates those kind of negative narratives. That everyone's the worst, everyone sucks. But what's the actual evidence for that?
I don't think there is any.
I think there's one clip where the kids are crying while he's podcasting, and then he walks away from the microphone, and then the kids go quiet, and then he comes back and keeps podcasting. He didn't edit. He doesn't stream live. All of that was pre-recorded, and he didn't edit any of that out. So the question was, how did he silence his children? Now, it could have been he turned the TV on, or he gave them iPads, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like that. That other dude, whoever it was, the Anthony Cumia obsessive sciencey or whatever his name is. That seems to
The
be
one that
a little bit of an unsavory character.
the one that Negative Carl had on his show.
That was weird. That was so weird.
Yeah, that was odd.
That was so odd. I thought that that there was going to be some doxing taking place, but there wasn't. Because that dude seems to, in terms of negativity and just no rules. Yeah. All the drinking, none of the rules. That seems to be what he's about. So that is kind of the opposite of what we're about.
Which is positivity. And I believe that's our show for today. So please, when you leave listening to this, go hug everyone you know. Spread that positivity around. Because that's what we need right now. So we can fight the far right and make sure they don't win. Positivity. Everyone matters.
And patreon.com/content kings, one word. If you want some more positive content from the last 3 years, it's all positive.
It's all wonderful.
It's all wonderful. And we'll end with our catchphrase or something, or music or something, or I don't know. Our theme tune. That's how we end it, right? Always.
Yes.
The same way every week. The theme tune. Here we go. Wait, what the hell is that? Is that
At
working?
this moment, I'm immune to all diseases.
Yes.
At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. At this moment, I'm immune to all diseases. Diseases. I think you can spread immunity through arms. I mean,